Doesn't matter what you did. Stole bread, lied under oath, said the wrong thing about God. The punishment isn't just about pain. It's about making sure you never forget and making sure everyone else watches. Welcome to a justice system built on terror. Let's start simple. You're accused of lying. Maybe you slandered someone. Maybe you spoke against the church. They bring out the pear of anguish. It's a metal device shaped like a pear. 4 leaves that fold together. They shove it in your mouth. Then they turn the screw at the top. The leaves slowly open inside your mouth, stretching your jaw, tearing the soft tissue. Your mouth fills with blood. You can't scream properly because the device is blocking everything. If you're a woman accused of causing a miscarriage, they put it somewhere else. If you're accused of certain sexual crimes, it goes in another opening. Same device, same slow expansion, same tearing. You don't usually die from this, but your face, or whatever they targeted, is ruined forever. Now let's say your crime is worse. Heresy, murder, treason. They tie you to the breaking wheel. It's exactly what it sounds like. A large wagon wheel lying flat or standing upright. You're strapped to it. Arms and legs spread out along the spokes. Then someone takes an iron bar or a heavy club and they start smashing your limbs, one by one. There are gaps in the wheel, so when they hit, your bones don't just break, they shatter. Your arms fold backward. Your legs snap in multiple places. And here's the part nobody warns you about. You don't die quickly. Some people lived for days like this. Broken. Displayed in the town square. Birds would land on them. The sun would bake them. And the crowd would just walk by on their way to market. Let's switch gears. You're a woman now. Accused of adultery. Or witchcraft. Or maybe you had an abortion. They bring out the breast ripper. 4 metal claws. Sometimes heated red hot. They attach it to your breast and pull. Slowly, the flesh tears away from your body. If you have children, they sometimes make them watch. If you survive, and some women did, you're scarred for life, branded as guilty just by looking at you. But maybe you got off lighter. Maybe your crime was just theft. They lock you in the knee splitter. 2 spiked wooden blocks. One in front of your knee, one behind. They're connected by screws. As they turn the screws, the blocks move closer together. The spikes dig in first. Then the pressure builds. Your kneecap starts to crack. The joint collapses. Cartilage tears. Even if they stop before complete destruction, you'll never walk right again. And that's assuming infection doesn't kill you first. Medieval Europe had a rule about punishment. Make it visible. Make it memorable. Make it horrible enough that people think twice. You're living in a world where the executioner is a permanent job, where torture devices are kept maintained and oiled, where city officials budget for rope, iron, and wooden scaffolds every single year. This isn't chaos. This is organized cruelty. Let's talk about the Judas cradle, also called the Judas chair. You're a prisoner. Your crime doesn't even have to be that serious. Sometimes this was used just for interrogation. They strip you. Then they use ropes to lower you onto a pyramid-shaped seat. The point of the pyramid goes exactly where you think it does. If you're a woman, it's the vagina. If you're a man, it's the anus. Your full body weight presses down on that single point. The pressure is immediate. The stretching starts right away. Muscle tissue tears. Blood vessels rupture. They don't let you off. You sit there for hours. Sometimes they add weights to your legs to make it worse. Sometimes they just leave you overnight. Most people didn't die from the impalement itself. They died days later when the tears got infected. Fever. Sepsis. A slow, agonizing rot from the inside. If this pulled you under, like and subscribe to the channel now. We're only getting darker. Anyway, now let's say you're accused of something sexual. Rape. Bestiality. Sodomy. They might use saw torture. You're hung upside down, legs spread apart, tied to 2 posts. Then 2 people take a long saw. and they start cutting right down the middle of your body. Because you're upside down, the blood stays in your head. You stay conscious longer than you should. You feel everything. The saw teeth ripping through skin, through muscle, through bone. Some executioners cut lengthwise, some cut across. Depended on the region, depended on the crime. Either way, you're being split in half while you're still alive. Let's shift to something quieter. You're accused of heresy, or blasphemy, or maybe just annoying the wrong noble. They lock you in the coffin torture device. It's a cage shaped like a human body. Iron bars. Tight fit. You can't move. Can't sit. Can't lie down properly. You're just stuck in this half-standing, half-crouched position. Then they hang the cage in the town square. For minor crimes, maybe a few days. For serious ones, they leave you until you die. You're exposed to the weather. Rain. Heat. Cold. People throw things at you. Rotten food. Rocks. Waste. You can't clean yourself. You soil yourself in the cage. The smell attracts flies. Rats climb up to nibble at you through the bars. Death comes from dehydration usually, or exposure, or sometimes just from your own body giving up. And here's the twist. This wasn't rare. Town squares across France, Germany, and England had these cages, permanent fixtures. You'd walk past them on your way to buy vegetables. Let's talk about the iron chair. Sounds simple, right? Just a chair, except it's covered in spikes. Hundreds of them. Short iron points sticking out of the seat, the back, the armrests. You're forced to sit. Then they strap you down. Slowly. The straps tighten. The spikes push deeper into your skin, your back, your thighs, your arms. They don't go deep enough to hit vital organs. That's intentional. They want you alive, bleeding, but alive. This could go on for hours, sometimes days. They'd tighten the straps a little more each hour. The worst part? Sometimes they just made other prisoners watch. The psychological torture was almost worse than the physical. You'd confess to anything after watching someone else in that chair. Now we get to the creative punishments. The ones that used animals. You're tied down, completely immobilized on a table or the ground. They place a metal container on your stomach. Then they put a rat inside. Just one rat. Hungry. Then they start heating the container. The rat panics. It's trapped. It's burning. It needs to escape. And the only way out is through you. It starts digging, clawing, biting, through your skin, through the muscle underneath, into your intestines. This takes hours. You feel every second of it. The rat burrowing deeper, the pain spreading. Your own body turning into a tunnel. Most people died from internal bleeding, or infection, or just shock. But let's say you committed a crime they really hated. Maybe you're a poisoner. Maybe you killed someone important. They used the head crusher. It's exactly what it sounds like. A metal press for your skull. Your chin goes on the bottom plate. A metal cap goes on top of your head. Then they turn the screw. Slowly, your skull compresses. Your teeth crack first. Then your jaw dislocates. Your eyes start to bulge from the pressure. Even if they stop before your skull actually breaks, and sometimes they did, just to torture you, your face is destroyed, jaw shattered, teeth gone, facial structure collapsed. Now let's talk about punishments for women specifically. Because yeah, women got targeted differently. If you were accused of adultery, heresy, or being a witch, the options were especially degrading. Public head shaving, forced to walk naked through town, made to carry stones or wooden symbols shaped like body parts. In some German towns, they'd force you to wear a sign describing your crime, then parade you through the market while people threw waste at you. And here's something most history books skip. Human waste wasn't just thrown at you in the pillory. Some towns had punishments where you were forced into cesspits, literally shoved into the town's collected human waste. For sexual crimes, for running a brothel without permission, for slander, Victorian historians censored this part. Too disgusting for respectable readers. But it happened. Documented in German and French town records. Let's end with one final reality. The people who did this work, the executioners, the torturers, they lived on the margins of society. Nobody wanted to be near them. They couldn't eat at normal taverns. Their families were shunned. But the job was necessary. Someone had to maintain the devices, oil the screws, sharpen the blades, clean the blood. And the worst part, these weren't angry mobs doing this. This was organized, official, legal.